It's not the weather, it's not the hour, and not the depression. It's the girl, oh boy, it's the girl.
Gary Go, that's me. Born and raised in London, England, in the shadow of Wembley Stadium. I had an insight into music early because my older cousin was in bands and used to let me sit in his studio while he wrote and recorded songs. He used to give me Bowie and Beatles records to listen to. Then I heard wise tales about Paul McCartney not really being Paul McCartney and how the clues to his death were in the artwork of their albums. And that had me pretty spooked when listening to the Beatles for quite some time. I got really into early Bowie, like the London Boys era. Then came T-Rex, Queen, Bob Dylan, Simon and Garfunkel, and of course Michael Jackson. I tried writing songs when my cousin gave me my first keyboard, a little Casio. I wrote a song called The Stomach Ground about a village of people living on someone's stomach. I basically wrote more and more songs and figured out how to multi-track using a double cassette deck. Music was where I was heading. I left school to get a job in a recording studio. I made tea and set up microphones. Then I set up the Canvas Room, my own little studio and record label. I made an EP called the So-So EP and started playing shows around London. Someone who heard the So-So EP happened to run a big studio in New Jersey, USA, and I was invited out there to record another EP. And I wrote an EP called The Diary of Rodney Harvey, inspired by an article I had read about the tragic rise and fall of this promising star. I ended up living in Manhattan for a few months, playing music, writing songs and working in studios. I moved back to New Jersey and somehow got a room in the house that Frank Sinatra grew up in. I bought a little Casio keyboard just like the one my cousin had given me when I was 5, and I started writing songs for my first album.